World War I, often called the Great War, was a turning point in military technology and innovation. The conflict, which lasted from 1914 to 1918, saw the introduction of new weapons, communication systems, and strategies that forever changed the nature of warfare. Here are some of the most significant technological developments of World War I. 1. Machine guns. One of the most devastating weapons of World War I was the machine gun. Before the war, machine guns were heavy and cumbersome, but advancements made them more portable and efficient. The German MG-08 and the British Vickers machine gun could fire hundreds of rounds per minute, mowing down infantry charges and forcing armies to rethink their tactics. The machine gun's deadly efficiency contributed to the stalemate of trench warfare, where neither side could advance without suffering massive casualties. 2. Tanks. The tank was introduced to break the deadlock of trench warfare. The British developed the first tanks, such as the Mark I, which debuted in 1916 during the Battle of the Somme. These early tanks were slow, unreliable, and prone to mechanical failures, but they demonstrated the potential of armored vehicles. By the end of the war, tanks had become more advanced, with designs like the French Renault FT, which featured a rotating turret and became the blueprint for modern tanks. 3. Poison gas. Chemical warfare was another grim innovation of World War I. The Germans were the first to use chlorine gas in 1915 at the Second Battle of Ypres. This was followed by the use of mustard gas, which caused severe burns and respiratory damage. Gas attacks created terror on the battlefield, but they were also unpredictable due to wind conditions. Both sides developed gas masks to protect soldiers, but the psychological impact of chemical weapons lingered long after the war. 4. Aircraft. World War I marked the first large-scale use of aircraft in combat. Initially, planes were used for reconnaissance, providing valuable information about enemy positions. However, as the war progressed, aircraft were armed with machine guns and bombs. Dogfights between fighter planes like the German Fokker WWI and the British Sopwith Camel became iconic symbols of the war. Pilots known as aces gained fame for their aerial combat skills. By the end of the war, aviation technology had advanced significantly, laying the groundwork for modern air forces. 5. Submarines. Submarines, particularly Germany's U-boats, played a crucial role in naval warfare. U-boats were used to disrupt Allied supply lines by sinking merchant ships. The sinking of the RMS Lusitania in 1915, which killed over 1,000 civilians, including 128 Americans, was a turning point that brought the U.S. closer to entering the war. The Allies responded with convoy systems and depth charges to counter the submarine threat. 6. Communication and radio. Effective communication was vital for coordinating large-scale battles. World War I saw the widespread use of telephones, telegraphs, and radios. Wireless telegraphy allowed for real-time communication between headquarters and the front lines, improving command and control. However, early radios were bulky and prone to interception, leading to the development of encryption techniques to secure messages. 7. Artillery. Artillery became more powerful and accurate during World War I. Heavy guns like the German Big Bertha could fire shells over long distances, causing massive destruction. The war also saw the use of creeping barrages, where artillery fire moved forward in sync with advancing infantry to provide cover. The sheer scale of artillery bombardments, such as those at the Battle of Verdun, turned battlefields into desolate wastelands. 8. Medical advances. The horrors of World War I also spurred medical advancements. The large number of casualties led to improvements in battlefield medicine, including the use of antiseptics, blood transfusions, and mobile X-ray machines. Plastic surgery emerged as a field to treat soldiers with disfiguring facial injuries. These innovations saved countless lives and laid the foundation for modern medical practices. Conclusion: World War I was a catalyst for technological innovation driven by the demands of modern warfare. Many of the technologies developed during this time, such as tanks, aircraft, and radios, became staples of 20th-century military strategy. However, the war also highlighted the devastating consequences of technological progress, as new weapons caused unprecedented destruction and suffering. The legacy of World War I's technological advancements continues to shape the world today, reminding us of the dual-edged nature of innovation in times of conflict.